Okay guys, we're back again. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to separate this wire for a small section. That way I can strip some of the insulation off of it and solder in the other pieces. So I'm just simply going to get me a little gang screwdriver here, just go a little bit in there, just enough to separate it. I've already kind of measured it out, so I know about how far from the end of the wire that I'll need to go. And then I'll only need 2 or 3 inches once I get this apart. So I got it there. Just kind of slide this in here and separate it down just a little bit. We don't want to overdo it. Again, this goes back to the principle I was talking about whenever I was cutting the hole for the switch. Is you can always go further, you know, you don't have to, you can't put it back together. But basically what I'm going to do is, and I'll show you guys this, I'll show you part of this, and some of it I'm just going to have to do off camera because it's going to take so much time. I may do one of these on camera, and that way you guys can see the process, and then the other 3 I'll just come along. But basically I've got this heat shrink tubing here, and it'll just slide up over that. This tube, so it's not much bigger than the tube. But I'll cut this into some small pieces, probably about 1/4 to 1/2 inch long, something like that. And as I slide this up there, I'll slide it up one at a time. I'll cover it up, and that way I'll shrink it, the tube, back around the joint. So basically what we have here is the wire again, and I've got my strippers here. Just going to bring these in, and just going to pick a little bit of an area. And what you have here is one side, this grips, so as you pull the handles together it grips, and then this other side is going to strip. You can just pick the size. So basically I'm just going to get in that general area where I want to start stripping this wire. I'm going to put it right inside of the first gap there, unless of course these are too small. Yep, and that wire is just a little bit too small for these. So what I can do, and I only recommend this if you're very familiar with these tools and can use them, because if not, you'll run this wire, and I may run this wire anyway. This may wind up being one of my leg pieces, but you can get this crimped down on there, and then you can put it in the section between very gently and easily. Oh yeah, see how, guys, see how I did that? And it stripped it there. So basically the smallest hole was too small, or too big. So there's actually a smaller one in here. I may try this on the next one. But I just caught it between these jaws. So let's go and see if that other one is going to be any better, way deep down in there. No, that's even too small. This must be about 24 gauge wire. So that's pretty small wire right there. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to do the same thing here that I did with the other. And I am taking my time here because I do want to try to line these up the best I can. And okay, get that. We're getting real close to cutting through that one. Okay. So it's close enough that I am going to just grab a hold of here and just strip it back a little bit. So there we go. We got that stripped back, both the positive and the negative. So you can see those are a little offset there, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do here is now I'm going to come in, and I know I need a section essentially about the same length, a little bit shorter, because this is going to curve and come up a little bit. So I'm going to take what I got here, my wire, and I'm going to cut it, move the scrap out of the way, and I'm just going to split this right here. Guys, I apologize if any of this is off screen, off camera screen. I'm trying to work with this the best I can in this small area. I'll strip these off real easy. And again, if you feel like you need to cut these a little bit longer, by all means cut a little bit longer, because you don't want to get down to a nub and have not done what you need to do. So I'm going to twist these up a little bit here, and I'm going to go with the black. Start with the black, and I'm going to twist it around right there. Okay, so I got that. Now I'm going to go with my red, and I'm going to twist it around right there. Okay. Put these back on the board right here. Get my soldering iron and my solder. Got put a little bit of heat to it right here. Got some heat going on this fan now. Wind's been blowing, so it's probably cooled my soldering iron off a little bit. There we go, got her heated up. Solder in there, that's got a good joint right there. I'm gonna turn this around so that way I don't run my sheath on there. I don't take my sheath. Now I'm using, this wire's .022 diameter. The stuff that I showed you earlier was 1/16 diameter, and you could use it. It just takes a little bit longer to heat up and to make the joint, so that's why I chose to use this. So that's done. I'm just going to take me a small piece of electrical tape here. Now when I say small, I mean I just want a small piece. I don't want a lot of bulk in there to kind of bulk things up. So you can see that right there, about the length of it. Put this just to insulate one here, and that'll insulate both of them. So now I've got that. I'll cut me a section of tubing here, and I guess I'm going to cut this a little bit longer than what I originally anticipated. I'm going to feed this wire right up there. Okay. As you see, it'll cover all this up. And it may not be the most beautiful thing in the world, but it's sure going to look a lot better than just raw naked wires or anything else along there. So we got that. Got us a good. Grab the hair dryer, hook the hair dryer up, go to town. Alright, that's good enough right now for demonstration purposes. What I'll probably do is put a little more heat into this, and that way it's going to snug up. I'm not concerned about this coming apart or anything, even if it's not super snug, because of how it's going to be mounted in there, but you get the idea. So then we can take this, we got the lid here, and basically what we have is we have our first strip there, we have our second strip right there, we have our wire that's going to run right down this edge just like that. So essentially what I've got two more to do. I'm going to do that, and then I will get back with you guys in a few minutes. Alright.